Okay, today we're working on changing things to percents, and we've done this before. And as with just about everything in math, there's usually one, two, or even three different ways that are all correct to be able to do a problem. And the book kind of introduces one more way to change percent, because we've done changing percent. For example, 8 over 10, we've talked about how to make 0.8% by doing what? Okay, since percent means out of 100, Alex, you?
0.8. What?
Changing it to a percent, Holly,
Oh,
you?
percent, sorry.
You make the denominator 100.
Make the bottom denominator 100, you multiply by 10, so you multiply the top by 10, and 80 over 100 is 80%. Okay, that's one way to do it. There's a couple other ways today, and today we're going to talk about a new way, and I want you to write this in big letters because this way always works for anything. Okay, write this down. You can always change anything to a percent by multiplying by 100%. You can always change anything to a percent by multiplying by 100%. Now that's not always the easiest way, it's not always the quickest way, but it is a way that will always work. So if you ever get lost or confused into something, I mean, you can do that. I'm going to scooch it here and move it up. Maybe I'll scooch it, but I won't move it. Maybe I'll scooch it down here.
The H got messed up.
There we go. Put it up there. Okay, let me give you a couple examples here. For example, let's just say I have 3. Let's say I have 2/3, and let's say I have 0.41. Okay, I can make all of these, change them from a regular number into a percent by multiplying by 100%. I'm just going to do it here. 3 times 100% is, 3 times 100 is 300%. That's what 3 is as a percent. Okay, 300%. That's what it is. 3 times 100. 2/3 is not quite as easy, but it still can be done. 2/3 times 100%. Okay, you have to make it into a fraction. And how would I do this? I get 2 times 100 over 3 times 1. Again, it's still a little bit ugly. I have to do the division. 3 goes into 200 how many times? 6 is 18. 3 goes into 20 another 6 times. I get a remainder of 2. It is 66 and 2/3%. 2/3 is that as a percent if you multiply by 100%. I can change 0.41 into a percent by multiplying it by 100%. What happens when you multiply 0.41 by 100? One of the very few times I expected to do it in your head. It is, Josh?
0.410.
It is not. How do I multiply 0.41 times 100? Just move the decimal 2 places, thank you, which gives you just 41%.
Oh.
Okay. Again, it's not always the easiest way. If you see this 8/10 and you want to change it to percent like that, you can sure do that. But if you have 8/10 and you want to multiply it by 100% with some cross canceling, you'll still get 80%. There's no wrong/right way. But if you ever get into a thing where you can't say, I can't figure out what that is as a percent, you can always do it. Especially when you get to a problem like this. You know, if it was something like, 7/8. What is 7/8 as a percent? I don't know. So I don't know, I'm going to multiply it by 100%, which means I'm actually going to end up doing what? Taking 7 times 100 and dividing it by 8. So off to the side here, 8 goes into 700. 8 goes into that, what, 8 times is 64. 8 goes into 60, what? 7 times is 56. I have 4 left over, so it's 87 and 4/8, which is 87 and 1/2% as you reduce it. Like I said, it's not always the quickest or the simplest way, but it always works. And it's especially useful when you do decimals, because decimals means you just move the decimal over 3 times, or 2 times. You know, if I have 4.3, what percent is 4.3? Well, you just multiply it by 100%, which means you move the decimal 2 places over, it's 430%. If I have 0.006, and I want to make it a percent, if I multiply 0.006 by 100%, I end up with, move the decimal 2 places, 0.6%. Isn't that special?
So special.
What if I had one last one? What if I had 1 1/5 as a percent? Well, take 1 1/5 and multiply it by 100%. What does this change into? 6/5, make it improper, times 100%. If I were you, I'd cross cancel. How many times 5 go to 100? 20. 6 times 20 is 120, and that is your percent. Doesn't seem that